Okay. The address is at The Kristen Show. So KRISTENCHO. And send me a DM.
That's a great deal.
That is a very good deal. You know, last month I actually mailed about 50 books.
50 books.
Yeah. Because so I've got quite a bit, and I thought, oh, well, maybe this month I'll have some left over. But no, I had to get extras.
More sign-ups?
I had to get extras,
wow.
yeah.
So you put them in the folder?
Yeah,
yourself?
I put them in the envelope, and then I seal it, and then I seal it, and then I go to the post office, and I mail them all.
Wow. So the books have touched your hands?
Oh, very much. Several times.
Wow.
Yeah. All right.
Maybe your fingerprints on there. Yeah. Put the dust on and see what your fingerprints look like.
I know. So, and of course, you could, order it online.
Yes.
You can visit your bookstore. And also, I think the best deal is to subscribe annually.
Yeah.
You get like a 20% a little 20% discount. I'm not quite sure. 20% or more.
I like discounts.
We like discounts. Okay, so pick up your December Power English books. Okay, great. Selling the family business. We have a business dialogue for you today. The offer may cause a stir. Okay, 가업 매각하기. 그 제안은 소동을 일으킬 수도 있어. Okay.
Oh.
If you cause a stir, what are you doing?
So you're not causing a problem, but you're causing people to be a little uneasy,
uncomfortable,
a little uncomfortable, nervous.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know
or
if I
even
agree
angry.
with that. So it could be a big problem, but it does feel like not everyone is agreeing.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. If a business closes down,
this means the business is stopping.
Okay.
They're closing their doors.
All right. And what's the matter with? What is it asking?
What's the problem with?
I see. All right. Let's go ahead and listen to our power dialogue.
So, how did the meeting with the potential buyer go?
It went well, but the offer may cause a stir among some family members.
Why is that? Was it too little money?
No, the money is fine, but the buyer wants to close down the business and tear down the building.
Well, you said it was a competitive market. What's the matter with building something new?
I think seeing our company replaced with a coffee shop will feel too final for some members of the family.
Let's take a look at the dialogue. Selling the family business, the offer may cause a stir. We're on page 116 of our Power English book. Sarah says, so how did the meeting with the potential buyer go? So potential. P-O-T-E-N-T-I-A-L, potential buyer. This is our power vocab.
Yes. Potential means possible. So a possible buyer. They might buy or they might not. If you just have the buyer, the person will buy.
Yeah.
But if it's a potential buyer, it's maybe they will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it doesn't necessarily have to be just buyer. You can have a potential
seller,
potential candidate. There could be many potentials.
Potential just means it is possible.
It is possible.
Yeah.
Okay. Grady says it went well, but the offer may cause a stir among some family members. Okay. So remember, they're trying to sell the business.
Yes.
They got an offer. Someone said, okay, I'm interested in buying. Okay? But Grady says it's going to cause a stir among some family members.
Yes.
So what's going to happen with these family members?
So not everyone is going to agree. So maybe there are some people that agree. Other people do not want to sell the business. So maybe there won't be real fighting, but there will be kind of maybe talks or arguments happening. Yeah, stir, there's going to be there's going to be some type of it is that feeling like you make an announcement and then the crowd, they start going That is the feeling I get with to cause a stir.
It's
right?
very good. Very good.
Maybe we've watched too many movies, too many cartoons.
It's perfectly said.
Yeah.
Okay. So Sarah says, why is that? Was it too little money? Meaning it wasn't enough? Mm-hmm. The buyer is not going to give you so much for the business? Why is that is our power pattern? Mm-hmm. Couldn't you just say why?
You could, but why sounds too short, and it could also sound like you don't understand. You think that it's ridiculous.
Okay.
So you could say, if it's just why, it could sound like, why?
Where?
So if you're saying, why is that? It does sound a little bit more like you actually want to know.
I see.
Right?
Right. Because just because you say why doesn't mean, you always want to know the reason.
If you're careful with your intonation, you might be able to say, why?
Why?
But it feels like you would normally say it, why? In a sense of that's crazy.
Yeah.
Why would they do that?
Right.
Why would they think like that?
Yeah, that's right. Native speakers usually, when they ask why, it's more like they don't really want to know the reason. They do want to know the reason, but it's more like a surprise. It's disbelief.
Well, yeah, so if you only have the question word by itself, it often sounds very harsh, very hard. What? Why?
Oof.
How?
Oh.
When?
Oh, my.
So with those words by themselves, it's too harsh. Why is that softens it a little bit.
Oh, very good. All right. What does Grady say?
No, the money is fine, but the buyer wants to close down the business and tear down the building.
Oh, the buyer wants to close down the business?
Right. So the business, instead of just buying it and continuing to close down the business, they're closing up shop is what they say.
Yeah.
They're stopping the business. They are going to no longer do what the family was doing in that business.
Right. So they're paying good money, but they don't want to continue the business. Wow. They're going to tear down the building. If you tear down something, it means to completely remove it.
Yes.
Destroy.
Maybe they just want the land that the business is on.
Right. Sarah says, well, you said it was a competitive market. What's the matter with building something new? Okay. So Sarah is like, well, there's nothing wrong with building something new, tearing it down and building something new. So what's the matter with something?
Yes.
That's our expression.
What's the problem with?
Yeah. I don't see a problem.
Yeah,
actually, what she's saying is it doesn't seem to be a problem.
Why is that bad?
Yeah, why is that bad? Okay. And Grady says,
I think seeing our company replaced with a coffee shop will feel too final for some members of the family.
Right. So he's trying to make a profit, make money for the family. But the family wants the business to continue.
Yeah.
And so if the family finds out that there's no family business, of course it's going to cause a stir. Right?
Yeah, that would be really sad.
It would be sad.
It's the final end of the business, right?
Yeah, that's it.
It's not just a change of ownership. It's just it disappears.
It disappeared.
That would be very sad.
Even the building disappeared. That's super sad.
Yeah. You know how, if you leave your childhood home, you're no longer in your house?
Right.
Of course you recognize that, someone else is going to live there.
Yeah.
But if they just, tear down the house?
Right.
And put an apartment building?
Exactly.
You're just like,
what happened to the house?
My childhood is gone.
Right.
Yeah?
Right. Totally. All right. Let's go ahead and listen to that dialogue one more time.
So, how did the meeting with the potential buyer go?
It went well, but the offer may cause a stir among some family members.
Why is that? Was it too little money?
No, the money is fine, but the buyer wants to close down the business and tear down the building.
Well, you said it was a competitive market. What's the matter with building something new?
I think seeing our company replaced with a coffee shop will feel too final for some members of the family.
It's time for Power Note. We're on pages 118 and 19. If something causes a stir, it makes trouble, excitement, frustration, anger. It can kind of go both ways.
It's like a surprising piece of information that everyone is reacting to in different ways.
You want to do it again?
How could you do this? How could you do that? That's crazy.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay.
To cause a stir.
Did you see the protest in front of the Parliament building?
Yeah, it really caused a stir.
Yeah, people were angry. People were excited. You know, many things. It could be a number of things.
And it's interesting here with the protest. If I'm going to be honest, nowadays, some protests do not cause a stir. Because let's be honest, there's always someone protesting in every big city.
Yes, something.
That when you walk past it, you kind of just ignore most of them now.
Well, I think it depends on the size of the protest, too. Like, if it's a big protest, you take notice.
And that would cause a stir.
That would cause a stir, like blocking the roads and traffic and all of that. But if it's a small protest, then it probably doesn't cause a stir. Yeah.
Although the objective, the goal is to cause a stir,
right?
But not all protests are successful in that.
That's right. The teens at the park caused a stir by setting off firecrackers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not supposed to have fireworks in the park.
Yeah, the people in the neighborhood called the police. You know?
Yeah.
That's illegal. Right? Caused a stir.
Yes.
Is there anything that can, maybe in a company, cause a stir?
The CEO caused a stir whenever he fired 10% of the workforce.
Oh, my.
Just no extra, just, okay, 10% of you, go home.
That would definitely cause a stir.
All the employees would go, I can't believe he's fired.
Oh, my God, yeah, that's right.
No.
Yes, thank you, PD Name. That is the exact sound of causing a stir.
That's right. Okay, so you all get the idea of causing a stir.
Yes.
Okay. Close down means to stop business operations. It means it's shut down, closed down, no more business.
Yeah, like that Blackpink song. No, wanna shut down.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. But
okay.
Here it's closed down.
Okay. We have to cut cost or we lose everything.
Then we should close down the South Street store.
Yeah, sometimes the only way to do it is to close down a store, right? Yeah, and if you have a few.
Yes.
After Kirtland closed down, there were no more grocery stores on the east side of town.
Yes.
Yeah, a supermarket closed down.
Right.
Okay.
So all of these closed down are about, like, commercial businesses. So let's say, for example, a school does not really close down so much.
Well, okay.
They may close their doors, but for some reason, we don't use the term close down.
Remember on Evening Special, we did a news piece about Korean schools, elementary schools, or junior high schools, disappearing.
Yes.
So what do we say there? They don't close down? They close their doors?
I think they would close their doors. Close down doesn't work.
Because it's not commercial.
Right. It doesn't. It's not like a business.
Yeah.
The same with like a temple or a church.
Yeah.
Sometimes they close, right?
Right.
But they don't close down.
Because it's not a business.
It's not like a business.
Yes, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, that's very good to know.
Yeah, so close down is most often used for businesses closing permanently.
Interesting. This is why English is so hard. Like, it's not a big difference, right? Closed down. It's both closing, but it's kind of like, where do you use what term in what situation? Yeah, it's a little tricky sometimes. I mean, but of course, if you said that, it wouldn't be, the other person would understand what's going on.
Right, yeah. I think it's not one of those big differences that would feel very awkward.
Yes.
But there is a slight feeling that close down is for business specifically.
That's right. If we're going to get detailed about it. Okay. What's the matter with means what's the problem with?
Yes.
Okay. Can you believe what she is wearing? I'd be embarrassed if I were her.
Really? What's the matter with a nice pair of jeans and a t-shirt?
To a concert? Yeah, especially a formal concert.
Right.
Like a
like
black
a rock
tie.
concert would totally be fine.
Yeah.
But a black tie event or a white tie event even,
Oh.
you know, it's like a level up.
Yes.
Right? Yeah, you don't want to wear just jeans and a t-shirt.
No. Okay. What's the matter with Charlie's leg?
He fell while walking down the street.
Right.
Like I did.
Cameron.
Like I did.
Yeah. What's the matter with your finger? Why can't you bend your finger?
Yeah. What's the matter with your face?
Oh.
Why is it so red?
Oh, why is it so red? Why is
Right?
it so swollen? Yeah. Right. What's the matter with?
So, yeah, it's what's the problem? Of course, you have to be very careful in these cases when you're talking about people's appearance.
Yeah.
Maybe you could say it to a friend if
Yeah.
you're very close to.
Yeah. Right. Like, I think to a friend, you say, what's the matter with your eyes? Why is it so swollen?
Yeah.
Right? Because they're a good friend.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't say, what's the matter with your eyes? You know?
Right, yeah. So, you would maybe say, is blah, blah, blah okay? Are
Yeah.
your eyes okay?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Right.
Is your leg okay?
Is your leg okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That would be a little bit of a softer way of asking about a problem.
All right. Very good. All right. Why is our power pattern? It's like asking, you're asking for the reason.
You honestly want to know the reason.
Okay. Jim never comes over here anymore. Why is that? You want to know.
Yeah.
Did I do something wrong?
I would like to have an explanation.
Yeah.
I don't see many bugs flying around these days. Why is that?
Yeah, global warming.
Yeah, so many pesticides.
Yeah. Pesticides.
They're spraying and
I know,
everywhere.
it's so
yeah.
true. Like, I remember when I first came to Korea and I used to see so many dragonflies everywhere.
Ah, yes.
And just this year, I've noticed that, like, I've seen a few, but not as many as I've seen before.
I saw a lightning bug for the first time. Candipul.
Oh, you
in
did?
a long time.
Oh, that's hard to see in the city.
Yeah. Well, I don't live in the center of the city.
Yeah.
I live on the little,
that's special.
the outside parts of it.
When I lived in the countryside, I saw many of those.
I know. I used to catch them, and then we used to pull off the light.
Oh, you did.
It's awful. I didn't know you, but you like pull it off and you stick it on your clothes, and your clothes glow.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
All right. Potential buyer. Page 120. That's our power vocab. Do check out the definition. And please stop by
Audio Ohakdang.
And you can listen to the show again, as well as so many other shows.
Yes.
Okay, so please join us for evening special tonight. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.